Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to BQ Watches. I'm here with my boy Josh. How's it going, brother? You well?
Good.
Fantastic. Well, got some exciting news, haven't we? We've got the brand new Rolex Land-Dweller has landed at BQ Watches. So we're going to I'm going to give you guys my first impressions. It's going to be sort of an off-the-cuff review to really give our natural first impressions off the cuff. Josh, do you want to do the honour?
In the new Eco box?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Rolex boxes, but yeah, fair enough.
There you go.
Look at that. Well, I'd like to start off, really, Josh, by saying, let's talk about the elephant in the room, is the dial. Just let's put aside the highlights of the movement for now, but that honeycomb dial, when I first got my eyes hooked on the website, I was like, wow, that honeycomb dial looks a little bit imposing. I didn't think it was quite right, very imposing, but in the flesh it doesn't look so prominent. It's a little bit more faded, a bit more subdued.
It works,
it works, and it really is the signature of the Land-Dweller. I can see why they've done that now. Because when you look at that from a distance, you know it's a Land-Dweller. Yeah. It's instantly recognisable.
And it looks less honeycomby and more, what do you call it, the fluted motif that Rolex do.
Yeah,
it looks like their branding.
Well, this is the 36mm, so it's very interesting to see it in 36mm. I'd like to see it 40 with a 36. I've seen it for a shop window. I went to a Rolex VIP event and I had it in a glass cabinet, so you still couldn't get hands-on with it, unfortunately. But looking at it in a 36mm, I can really see it's very much a unisex watch. They've gone down that sort of day-date President 36 feel, but it's extremely... That lug-to-lug width is very small because there has no lugs with that integrated bracelet. But I think they've done a good job. Look, overall, look, I know I was quite critical of this watch because honestly, looking at the renders and being a former CGI artist by trade, I know trying to get like a realistic rendering to make it look photorealistic is very difficult. And like always, when you've got the sapphire crystal there's no like real layers of anti-reflective coating, it does look, distorts the actual dial a little bit, but it is far more subdued and far less offensive than I previously thought it would be. So the watch has grown on me since I've seen it in the flesh.
There's a sort of silver shimmer. It's very three-dimensional. It's not a flat wide like it looks.
Yeah, it's like it's like a sort of 3D modelling. It's got a 3D texture going on there. It's a cool watch. I mean, look, you know, I would say this. The quality of the watch is unbelievable. Like, I compared it to a Royal Oak and the bracelet and everything, and the Rolex is better built.
Yeah, in all aspects.
In all aspects of it, it's better built. The movement, the innovation, Rolex have come up to modern times. It's very competitive movement now. I mean, it's 5 hertz. The first thing that I noticed was that silky smooth second hand. Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. It's like Grand Seiko level, isn't it, to be fair? If anything, it doesn't look real. It's so smooth in the way it operates. It's fantastic with the clear case back. Overall, I think they've done an amazing job. I think they've gone for this color dial as the first version. Which isn't, I don't think it's going to end up being the most popular in the future. But right now, this is the signature piece. They played it very, very safe indeed. Typical Rolex. Even though they've got honeycomb, the new movement. But what I would say, having some experience, as you guys know, of the day-date Oyster quartz, especially that pyramid model, and where they revolutionized that movement and how much millions were put into that quartz movement. It was a special timepiece at the time. This has got the same combo. Yeah. The recipe of this watch is the same, especially with that new caliber, the 7135 with that 5 hertz movement is fantastic.
Yeah, we're lucky. It's got the absolute prestige without the price tag.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing it's missing when you compare it to the Holy Trinity, although this is quite interesting to say this about Rolex, that it isn't as prestigious as the Holy Trinity. Just sits below the Holy Trinity. But I can see this is going to surprise a lot of the viewers as an affordable alternative that is
definitely.
definitely worth the money, for sure. And it has got a bit, it's basically, this has got all the ingredients of Rolex. Cyclops, the Arabic numerals, the indices. The handset is different though, slightly different.
Yep.
That's brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, the counterbalance on the second hand.
Very nice. And the biggest party trick of this watch is the actual movement itself, that clear case back, beautifully done.
Yeah, it's got 16 new patents apparently.
And I believe that sooner than later, I think the next watch this will be, this movement, in particular movement, when they launch the new Milgauss. I'm being a bit controversial here in saying this, but they put a solid case back on this watch. It'll have an ultimate, like, Gauss protection. It'll be totally anti-magnetic. You can definitely walk through an MRI scan with it. But yeah, it brings Rolex up to the spec of the, well, it's actually, it's destroying Omega, isn't it, this movement at the moment. So congratulations. So overall, what are your thoughts, Josh?
So the thing that I noticed first was the case thickness and how thin the bracelet was. It's very articulate.
It's very fluid, isn't it? It's like water, this. And to be honest with you, I feel like there's no sharp edges to it or anything like that. Very cool indeed.
Yes, but there's so many different facets and angles that it hits the light. I'd love to see one in the wild on someone's wrist and just...
Look, with all honesty, were Rolex late to the party doing this, bringing out a watch with an integrated bracelet, even though they've had the Oyster quartz from, you know, the 70s right to the 90s, you could say they were a little bit late to the party. However, they waited to launch it with this new caliber movement, the 7135, with a 5 hertz movement, which makes it special. If you're a Rolex collector, you're going to be the first to have that caliber in your collection, which makes it very special. So I think that the dial, although it's, for me, nothing spectacular, but it does make the watch easily recognizable. You see that honeycomb dial, you know it's not an Oyster quartz from a distance. You know it's the new model, because let's be honest, it hasn't changed much over the years. You know what I mean? It's still like the original Oyster quartz.
Well, that's what I like. It's got the mix of the modern and the vintage, like with the open numbers.
Yes.
That's really, you know, reminiscent of the sort of 30s.
It's got a bit of a vintage vibe, is what you're getting at. They've got a bit retro, which is quite rare for Rolex, because normally Rolex go for, they do their heritage stuff through Tudor, you know, and they've got, what's the Tudor they've got, which is integrated? I forgot now. There's a Prince, but there's another one. Is it Glamour? Is it the Glamour? Something like that, yeah. Leave us some notes in the comments, because you know, it's quite, I think that's having an increase in sales off the back of this particular model, and that's very big in Asia, that particular model, I was told. But yeah, it's here. It was well needed, I think, in the lineup. They didn't have a modern integrated model, and it fills that gap at the moment. And they are very rare. You know, ADs are not like, they're not popping out at every AD at the moment. They do pop out every now and then, but I don't know what the situation is with production of these coming off the production line.
So I've actually brought 2 watches I wanted to compare.
Is that what you've got here, yeah? Oh, wow, let's have a look at this. Wow. You are spoiling me. Like I said, coming to BQ Watches is like coming to Toys R Us. I come with a bit of anxiety as well. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that beauty. Wow.
Platinum. So heavy.
Oh.
What do you want to look at first?
Let's have a look at Grandad. Yeah, let's look at the senior member of the room. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. Amazing. So close to the original. It's unbelievable.
That's so much better, yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's better, but you know what I mean? It's like, wow, you know, the DNA is all there, fantastic piece. I mean, I quite like this, you know, in gold, it feels solid, but the bracelet is even more slim and slender. You can see that it's a modern piece, the way it articulates, it's fluid. It's like water on the wrist, to be honest with you. Fantastic piece. What do you make of them, Josh?
You're right. Which would I have? Both of them.
Look, if you're a collector, and there's a lot of Rolex collectors that collect Oyster quartz, and to finish off your collection, you've got to have the Land-Dweller, I find.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that sort of finishes off that genre of the integrated bracelet and case for Rolex, for sure.
They are so similar.
Can I have a look at the side profile?
Yeah.
In the design?
I was looking even at the way the clasp opens.
And this is a 36, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 36.
Do you think it wears bigger?
The old vintage piece wears bigger.
Mm.
Just looking at it, the lug, although it's integrated, it's lugless basically, but this wears bigger than the 36 Land-Dweller, which is very unique. And just looking at the piece, look at the cyclops and everything, the dial looks bigger on the new one, I think.
Yeah, because of the angled rehold.
Yeah.
So it's not the Rolex motif, it's this, what do you call it, miniature.
But it is a lighter colour, and normally lighter colours gives you the false illusion that it's bigger than what it really is. But overall, guys, look, this watch is available at BQ Watches, so if you are interested, you could be one of the first people to own the Land-Dweller.
Literally, yeah.
So if you are, I know people in my group that they buy the Oyster quartz. This could be the missing piece to that collection. What would you prefer, the 40 or the 36, if it was your money, Josh?
The 36, I think that's a great size. I think things are becoming smaller.
Well, look, there's certain trends now in the market that 36 to 39 is in.
Yeah.
How long that will last, I don't know, because trends do change. However, the only way I could justify this watch, say to the wife, look, I've bought a watch for me and you to wear. Yeah. It's 36 mil. Look, I could have gone 40, but I've gone 36, so you can wear it as well.
Clever.
That's the only way I would be able to get around it, to be honest with you. But cool, I'm delighted to see it. And I'll be honest with you, for those of you that criticise the dial in terms of that honeycomb, it's not as imposing. I'm not saying it's washed out, and you can identify it from a distance, but it's not like it is in the renders on the website. It looks like a totally different watch.
Yeah.
If anything, it adds to the... Like if this was just a simple dial, I'd be like, God, it's boring. But just having that honeycomb dial gives it something a bit more extra character.
Yeah. It shimmers. It's sort of, every time you look at it, it's a new experience.
Wouldn't go that far, Josh, but if that's how you feel, Josh.
Yeah. Remember, I photographed this thing.
Mate, I'll tell you what, you're more passionate than watches than I am, because like I like it, like, you know... But look, for me, if I'm being overly critical, I'll be honest with you, Rolex could have done even more. Yeah, they could have gone that extra mile for me, you know, but I think they're leaving that for a later date. Yeah. This is the safe version.
But this is the first,
Not very offensive. They know it's going to work. It's subdued, you could say, from my point of view, which means it's going to appeal to far more risks out there.
Yeah. Well, the unusual thing, usually they release new watches in precious metal. Yeah. So like this platinum with the open case back. You know, the new innovations are usually just in the luxury materials. So the fact that we get a stainless steel, I think they made the mistake with the Sky Dweller. So that came out in precious metals, and then they couldn't sell them, so then they just rehoused the movements in this.
I think personally, and I might be way off the mark, they noticed how well those Tudors were selling with the integrated bracelet in Asia. Yeah. Right, and they thought, you know what, now's the time to launch this within Rolex. Yeah. I believe, and I think that it's just.
Well, they lost that market for a long time. That was a big problem with the watch market, wasn't it?
I mean, like now, you know, the fashion capital of the world is in Asia, China. Yeah. It used to be Milan, Paris. It's still the top, you know, in terms of producers of quality fashion items. But especially the watch market now, once upon a time, they would have gone to Milan and said, you try these watches out, we'll push this Tudor or this Rolex and see how well it does. Now they see how well the sales are in Asia before they start launching it across Europe, which is, I think, what might have happened here, because...
Makes sense. Well, that's the two-tone Explorer was made for that market.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So look, I'm going to give you my final impressions. Have I been blown away by this watch? No, I haven't been blown away. Right, but what has blown me away is the technical aspect of the watch. I'll be honest with you, because I'm into cars and I'm into the technical. I'm a bit of a watch geek, so I do love the idea that its biggest party trick for me is that it's the first to have this caliber movement.
Yeah.
The 7135. It's a bit like saying, I've bought a 8 Series BMW, but I've got the M8. I've got the V8 version, right? And it's got that silky smooth second hand.
Totally anti-magnetic.
Totally anti-magnetic. It's cool.
Shock absorbent.
You know, the dial's all right. You know, it's not offensive. I thought it was quite offensive, but maybe I was brainwashed by. I followed the herd a little bit. Oh, I don't like that watch, and I was like, oh, you know, when people are negative about it, you automatically, subconsciously, start thinking negatively about.
No, I hated it when I first saw it.
You know, but I'm very. It's just like all Rolexes. They all look better in the flesh. So, guys, for everyone watching on the channel, let me know which one you prefer. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one.